Is it possible to sleep train without doing cry it out? The short answer is yes, but it's likely not going to be without some tears. Today, we're unpacking what that really means. All right, you guys, it's Allison. Welcome back to How Long Till Bedtime. I'm so glad that you all are here. Before we dive in, I want to tell you about a product that I am loving this fall. It's not super sexy. It's a garbage bag that loops over the back of my car seat. And when it's full, you can just rip it off, seal it shut, and then toss it in the garbage can. Between kids' sports and all the snacking that takes place in my car, I have tried many things to keep the mess under control. And this is the one that appears to finally be working. So, I wanted to tell you guys about these awesome garbage bags because we need practical things these days. I'm going to share a link in the show notes. And if you try it, or if you have found your own magic solution for the backseat garbage, please DM me on Instagram at Sleep and Wellness Coach. Now, on to today's episode. Sleep training can be a touchy subject. No one likes the idea of leaving their baby to cry for long stretches. So, is it possible to sleep train without cry it out? Let's break it down. Hi, I'm Allison Egidi, a pediatric sleep and wellness coach and a mom of two. I love to help parents find solutions. This is How Long Till Bedtime. What do we mean by the term cry it out? The term cry it out has a lot of definitions. For some parents, it's leaving their baby for any amount of crying. For others, it's very specific. You put your baby in the crib at bedtime, say goodnight, and then you don't return until the morning. That's how I personally think of cry it out. And here's the thing. I am not totally opposed to cry it out. It can be incredibly effective. It does not have to mean your baby is crying all night long in their crib. In fact, for some babies, it's the fastest way for them to learn independent sleep, which often means less crying overall. But, and this is a big but, it's not the best fit for every baby or for every parent. The real question that I think most parents are asking is, can we do this sleep training thing without tears? And here's the truth. I never want to sell parents a bill of goods by promising that sleep training can be tear-free. If I could make that promise, I'd be making millions doing this. So let me start by talking a little bit about sleep training. One of the most important goals of sleep training is helping babies learn to fall asleep independently in their crib at bedtime and at nap time. Why is that? Because night wakings are normal. We all wake during the night from time to time. But babies who know how to fall asleep independently are much more likely to utilize those skills of putting themselves to sleep when they wake up at 3 a.m. That's how you're able to get longer stretches of sleep at night and longer naps during the day. But here's the reality when you think about sleep training. Even with the gentlest, most hands-on method, think patting, shushing, even picking up and soothing them, it's going to result in some tears. Babies cry because you're not doing either what they're used to, what they expect when it comes to sleep, or what they want at that moment. Crying is their way of protesting change also known as a new sleep routine. So, what about these hands-on methods? Hands-on, gradual approaches are absolutely an option. There are approaches where you can be right next to the crib the whole time. You can be soothing or even picking up your baby to soothe them every few minutes. These methods do work, but they almost always involve some crying because we are still trying to get our baby to fall asleep independently in their crib. It's just not crying for prolonged periods of time. And it's important to note that leaving your baby to fuss for a few minutes while they practice self-soothing is very different than leaving them to cry it out. And so the next question that I usually get is, okay, well, what do you think is the best sleep training method? And the truth is, there isn't one right answer. The best method is one that is a good fit for your baby's temperament, that is sustainable for you as a parent or parents, and aligns with your values when it comes to parenting. And for some, cry it out is the fastest, cleanest, most ideal option. For others, a slower, more hands-on method feels better and maybe won't involve tons of tears, but it may take a bit longer, which is totally fine. And there are also families who will adjust their approach as they go through the process or as their baby grows and matures. And of course, sleep training isn't for everyone, and that is absolutely okay. Parenting is never one size fits all. So what's right for you and your baby may be very different than what's right for another baby and another parent. One observation I've made over the last 9 years and having worked with well over 1,000 babies is that the hands-on methods tend to be most effective as far as we think of minimal crying and how quickly it comes together for babies who are 6 months and younger. While this is not a hard and fast rule, for many babies as they get older, all the picking up and putting down can actually become overstimulating. Think of it like a mom who feels touched out at the end of the day. The more tired they are, the more stimulating and sometimes I'd say painful it feels to be touched. Babies can have the same sensation. Too much touch when they're overtired can make it harder to settle to sleep for certain babies. So if you're set on trying a more hands-on method, I usually encourage parents to start earlier rather than later because I think your chance of having success is going to be higher. So, is it possible to sleep train without doing cry it out? Yes, absolutely. But that doesn't mean that sleep training will be tear-free. The key to minimizing tears is finding an approach that balances your baby's personality and needs with your parenting style and your family goals. And if you'd like help choosing a method that fits your child's personality and your values, that's exactly what we do at Sleep and Wellness Coach. And you can learn more at sleepandwellnesscoach.com. Thanks for joining me today. If you found this episode helpful, please share it with another tired friend who needs to hear that they have options. All right, bye for now. Thank you for listening to How Long Till Bedtime. To learn how we can work together to improve your child's sleep, please visit sleepandwellnesscoach.com.